a new day. If not, do understand your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. Your day, let's say it again. Let's say it again. Okay, let's say it again. Your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. I am so excited, okay, to be here with you guys, all right, and to be doing this journey with you guys. It feels so, so good, okay. So, first off, if you are new to my channel, my name is Dina Bryant. I do these inspirational videos just, so we could shift. We could shift our energy. We could shift our mindset, okay? We could manifest the things that we desire, okay? But it's going to cost you something, okay? No more tweedling the thumbs, okay? No more sitting back and kumbaya and meditating and saying, oh, well, it's just going to fall in my lap, okay? You have to do something, okay? You have to do something. So, with starters, I'm going to start off reading this, okay? Psycho-Cybernetics, okay, by Maxwell Maltz. I highly, highly advise, okay, for you guys to go out and cop this book. If you're a person that want to change your self-image, if you're a person that's just looking to get better from life, you want more from life, I highly recommend you get this book, okay? This book is a phenomenal read. It taps into the power of the subconscious mind, help you improve your self-image, okay? Learn to use your positive past, set and achieve worthwhile goals, okay? Develop compassion, self-respect, and forgiveness. Cultivate the power of rational thinking, discover the key to happier and a more successful life. So I don't know about the next person, okay, but this book is where it's at. Okay, I'm gonna read this because last night I read this. I stayed up last night to finish the chapter that I was reading. It was the introduction, and I stayed up and I read it, and I was so excited. Okay, so excited because the reason it's so excited is this: we all have the ability to change our lives, okay? But you have to ask yourself, are you willing to do what it is necessary in order for you to change your life, okay? Like this morning, one of the things that I know about myself, okay, and this comes from self-awareness, okay? Me observing myself, that whenever I feel like irritable or I feel like a little fear kicking in, right? And say for instance, I'm finna walk my children to school, and I kudos to me, okay, pat myself on the back because I started picking it up again, okay. So say, although they could walk, okay, but I feel like when I'm walking them, it's like me challenging myself, okay. And so this morning, I noticed I was getting like irritable, okay, because I was like, oh my goodness, they taking so long. I just want to hurry up and get there, get to the school, drop them off, and do whatever it is that I need to do. And in that moment, normally I meditate first, but I didn't meditate this morning yet. Okay. And this is so because normally I just meditate first, but I didn't meditate. So after I got them ready and stuff like that, my youngest daughter, growing up, okay, let me just say this. I walk extremely fast. Okay, you gotta keep up. Okay, I walk extremely fast. Okay, and I got it from my father. When I was a kid, I remember my father, he walked extremely fast. And honey, you had to keep up, especially when he was going to that goddamn racetrack, okay, in New York. Okay, and he wanted to catch that train so he could bet on that horse. Okay, you had to keep up. Okay, you could not be walking slow. Okay, and that's where I get it from. So I walk extremely fast, and I don't like people to like nobody to hold me. Like it feels to, and I know it's most likely a psychological thing or whatever it is like that. But my youngest daughter, like she don't walk, and I know, right? She's only 6 years old, Dina. Okay, she don't walk as quick, and so when she holding on to me, it feel like resistance, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, all right, hold on to my jacket or something, because you got to speed up, you got to pick up the pace, girl. Okay, all right, so that's just a little fun fact about me. Okay, so get into the book. All right. One of the things it says, it talks about general principles. And it says, for example, there is today irrefutable clinical evidence in the fields of individual psychology, somatic medicine and industrial psychology that there are success type personalities and failure type personalities, happiness prone personalities, and unhappiness prone personalities, health prone personalities, and disease prone personalities. Self image, psychology throws new light on these and many other observable facts of life. It throws new light on the power of positive thinking and, more importantly, explains why it works with some individuals and not with others. Positive thinking does indeed work when it is consistent with the individual self-image. It literally cannot work. Okay, so for some of you guys who felt like, like, damn, I'm listening to the motivational tapes, or I'm listening to, I'm going to the seminars and everything like that, but I just don't see, I just don't see the needle moving, right? I just don't see like the goals that I set up in my mind. Like, I don't see them being fulfilled. I don't see them coming into fruition. I don't see them manifesting. And one of the things, and it's so funny how these things tie in together, okay? Because this morning when I woke up, before I could even think of anything crazy, okay? Well, actually, I was in the bathroom and I seen my mind going places. And I said, you know what? Nope, not this morning. Nope, not this morning. We're not giving energy to that, okay? So it's always a choice, right? We always have a choice. And one of the choices is either me giving energy to the thoughts that I don't want to manifest into my life, or I could listen to something that's inspirational. I could listen to personal development, where as though it's going to shift my mindset to the things that I am going to manifest into my life. Okay. And so that's why I constantly say this is not like just a one-time thing. Like, oh, well, I'm going to study just today and then I'm not going to study no more. Or I'm going to study, only when things occur in my life. I'm not going to study no more. Remember, in our subconscious mind, okay, there are programs, and the programs, they were written over time. So it's not going to take like just one time. Well, I'm just going to study today and, then I'm just going to put the book away, or I'm just going to put the CDs or the seminars or CDs, honey. Nobody even use CDs. Okay. But I'm going to just stop listening to, the personal development that allows me to see a different way, see a different limelight, see a different perspective, right? And so you really, really have to put the work in. You really have to put the work in. If you're a person that's, especially, I remember I heard Kevin Trudeau say this, and it really got me to thinking. And Bob Proctor said the same exact thing. He said you will go to seminars and you will see that some people been going to seminars for so many years in their life, but they just won't make a breakthrough. And the reason being is, in some cases, is because of blockages that they may have, okay? And it's a technique that I remember hearing Kevin Trudeau talk about, and it's called like the tapping technique, okay? Like to remove blockages and stuff like that, like you tap it out. That was one. And then Bob Proctor, one of the things he said the reason why people don't have a breakthrough at times is because, I guess, like their belief system. They necessarily, like, they hear the CDs or whatever it is, but their belief system and their faith and everything like that, they still, I guess, not convinced that is actually able to happen. And although they spend the money on seminars and stuff like that or whatever, and in some cases, what I come to realize, say for instance, if you hear a successful person, it's one thing to be in a seminar and listen to the person that's hosting the seminar, but then when you leave the seminar, it's something completely different. And if you don't do the work after you left the seminar, okay, that could be another reason why you're not getting the results that you say you want to get. Because, like I said, this is an ongoing thing. It's not just, I'm going to do it just today, or I'm going to just do it for the seminar. Almost like church. You know how you go to church, okay? And it sounds like I'm not religious, okay, spiritual. Just, just FYI, okay? You know how you go to church and it could be somebody that just passed away, or for some of you guys who just go for holidays or whatever it is. Okay, you know how you go to church, and when you in church, it seems like the pastor or preacher, whatever you want to call them, they saying something and it sounds so good. It's like, damn, they speaking whatever it is it seems like you may be going through, right? And you get so excited, and sometimes you'll say, you know what, I'm coming back next Sunday. I'm gonna come back next Sunday. I'm gonna just start coming to church. And then once you leave the church or whatever, you never return into something else. Tragic happened. Someone passed. Not tragic, but someone died. Okay, well, release this avatar, or is a holiday or something like that. Okay, so I want to say this is sort of the same kind of concept when, it's not just you leaving the seminar and saying, all right, well, that was a really good seminar. It's about you still applying the information in your life. It's about you still listening to the CDs. It's about you still reading the books, okay? It's about, because in order for your life to change, you have to change. And the only way you're going to change is through repetition, through consistency. That's the only way you're going to change. So just think one day you're going to just wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to stay the same, but my life is going to change. Honey, almost in the words of Dr. Wayne Dyer, one of the things he said, it's like you go into your doctor's office and the doctor is writing a prescription for your mother-in-law. Okay, but you the one who want the change. How that's gonna work? How that's working out for you? I know it ain't working, because we have to do something different. And we was created, okay? We have so much potential within us that we was created that we can do different. But you have to make the choice. You have to make the decision. Like in the morning, okay? You have one or two things. You could wake up and you could be ecstatic about life, or you could wake up and you could be like, oh my goodness, another freaking day, right? I'm ecstatic about life, okay? I see all my goals, all my desires, and me and my children's lives changing immediately, okay? I get excited about life. So excited. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Okay. I have the ability to wake up in the morning. Okay. I have the ability to play with life. I have the ability to do whatever it is that I desire. I have the ability to write down my darn goals or whatever it is and see them manifesting by me putting the work and the time and the study in. I get excited about life, and you ought to get excited about life. You know why? Because this is your life. This is your life. Okay. Your life. You have the ability to change your life. Now, I don't know about the next person, if the next person feel excitement about that, but I know, goddamn it, I do. Because you know why? Because you're not a tree, and you don't have to stay where you have been staying. You can move at any given time, but you have to decide. You have to make the decision. Instead of watching TV, read a book. And instead of doing the things that keeps you in this loop, okay, instead of doing the things that keeps you with this mindset of poverty or whatever it is, you have to start doing something different. And that's what I needed to start doing. Okay, I needed to start reading the books. I needed to actually start purchasing the books first, and then actually reading the books, and then applying the books to my life. And we all have the ability to do so. Okay. And this here universe is not, well, one person is more special than the next person. It's not like that. The universe is going to give you exactly what it is that you are. That's it. It's not going to give you what you fess to be. It's not going to give you what you trying to catfish. Okay. It's going to give you exactly what you are. And if you see that you don't deserve it, that's how your energy and everything, that's how you're going to show up. Because you feel somewhere deep down subconsciously that you don't deserve it. So you won't work. You won't do the work. You won't show up. You won't purchase the books, most likely. You won't take the time out to read it. You won't go to the NA or AA or whatever it is. You won't do those things. The reason being is because you don't think that you truly deserve a better life than the life that you've been living. I love this saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And there's another saying that goes along with that. When a student, something about the teacher, but I love that saying. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. I love that. Okay. So let's get back to it. Okay. When all right, again, cybernetics. Okay. When it is consistent with the individual self image, it literally cannot work. Okay. So if you're a person and you just, it's like, you like, damn, I'm making a change or whatever, but your self image is still the same, right? Like you may say, all right, well, today I'm gonna do something different, right? And then you may experience the discomfort because let's not kid ourselves. Whenever you move into something that is different from your routine, okay, you feel discomfort. Discomfort, it kicks in, okay? And you have the ability to say, I'm gonna do what I know, or I'm gonna do something completely different, right? And so you need to change your self-image. And the way you change your self-image, and I said this before, is you start getting in the mirror and you start affirming yourself. Those words that you hoped or wished to have received when you was a kid, okay, you have to give those words to yourself. Let me tell you something. The adults who raised us, yes, it may be their fault for whatever it is, okay, but it's damn sure our responsibility to change our damn lives. You cannot no longer blame and say, all right, well, what about what they did? Okay, this is your life. You are the one that's recycling the pain and the hurt and everything like that. And it's not serving you. It's not serving you. So therefore, we have to do something different. Therefore, we need to move in a different direction if we literally and really want our lives to change, because we have the ability to do so. You have the ability to change your damn life like night and day. Okay? You have the ability to change your life like night and day. And it only takes a decision. It takes a decision. You can say, all right, you know what? I'm going to eat healthier. Go to the store and buy a goddamn orange. Okay, that's how the decision, it does not have to be something that is so astronomical. It could be something so minute. It could be something so minute. Okay, now I got laundry over there that I did a few days ago. Okay. And I have the decision to keep those damn clothes in the bag. They are folded, but keep the clothes in the bag or take the damn clothes out the bag and put them away. Okay. Now, the part of me really don't want to do that. Okay. A part of me just don't feel like putting the damn clothes away. Okay. But it's another part of me that's like, if you put the clothes away, okay, then get out the goddamn living room. All right. But it's just what it is. And that's when I say you have the ability to change your life. You have the ability. So I could do one bag today. Okay. I could do perhaps one bag this morning and then do the next bag, do the other bag later on in the evening. Okay. We always have a choice and a decision. And that's the most beautiful thing about life. Let me finish. Okay. It literally cannot work when it is inconsistent with the self-image until the self-image itself has changed. In order to understand self-image, psychology, and use it in your own life, you need to know something of the mechanism it employs to accomplish its goals. There's an abundance of scientific evidence that shows that the human brain and nervous system operate purposefully in accordance with the known principles of cybernetics to accomplish goals of the individual. Insofar as function is concerned, the brain and the nervous system constitute a marvelous and complex goal-driving mechanism, a sort of built-in automatic guidance system that works for you as a success mechanism, or it can work against you as a failure mechanism, depending on how you, the operator, operated and the goals you set for it. It is also rather ironic that cybernetics, which began as a study of machines and mechanical principles, goes far to restore the dignity of man as a unique creative being. Psychology, which began with the study of man's physique or soul, almost ended by depriving man of his soul. The behaviorists who understood neither the man nor his machine and thereby confused the one with the other told us that thought is merely the movement. Get this. Thought is merely the movement of electrons. Okay? Consciousness, merely a chemical action. Will and purpose were myths. Okay? Will and purpose were myths. Okay, and consciousness is actually merely a chemical reaction. Okay, so consciousness is merely a chemical reaction. Okay, with consciousness, right, in our conscious mind, we have the ability to accept or the ability to reject, right? Remember, the subconscious, it does not accept or reject, it just accepts. Okay, whatever you give it, whatever have gotten past the conscious, okay, it goes into whatever the conscious is, and you accept it. So if you know, if you was when you was a kid, if you kept hearing, okay, that you was a winner, okay, and or you always your parents always praised you, or your parents always would, you know, pretty much encourage you or whatever, support you, okay, you may, when you have grown up, you may feel very confident, okay, and so when you feel confident, it seems like everything you may touch, it may seem like, you ever heard the saying, everything this person touches, it turns into gold, okay, is because of that mindset, okay, so it doesn't matter, it's not about just reading the books and listening to the audio. It's about you actually applying this stuff to your life, okay? And that's how your life is going to begin to change, through repetition. Not just, oh, well, I read this book, I read 20 books this month, okay? Yeah, but if you read the 20 books, are you applying, it's called applied wisdom. Applied knowledge is not, oh, well, I just read the books, I read 20 books, okay? Just so you could brag about it. It's about you applying it. And you will see right before your eyes, like your life is going to start changing. Well, not right before your eyes, but you will see your life starting to change. Okay? And let me tell you something about when you challenge yourself. This is what I start noticing. When you start challenging yourself, okay, and is almost as, it's like you wake up. It's like you alive. You get what I'm saying? You know how some days you may feel like, damn, it's the same thing over and over again, right? You do the same exact thing because that's your routine, right? And there's no change in your, if there's no change in your routine, it's like you stagnated. If you're stagnated, remember what I said before, is either you create or you disintegrate. It's either one or the other. So if you're not creating, you're dying, okay? And so we are a spirit, and spirit is always looking for ways to express itself, okay? And by you saying, oh, I remember one particular time, right? I was I get a lot of downloads, in the bathroom, a lot of downloads in the bathroom, okay? In the bathroom, in the shower, just in the bathroom. I don't know if it's because of the water or whatever. But I remember this one particular time, okay, I was studying, and I had came upon this video. I went on, I believe it was Instagram real quick. I went on Instagram real quick, and I always say, like, the things that we tend to see is not a coincidence, right? Is always a synchronicity. And that could include numbers, that can be, you seeing the sign, it can be you walking past a group of people, and the people are having a conversation about something that you just was talking to, a friend with, okay? And so I was in the bathroom, and it was this elder, okay, who came on. It was a video of her. And one of the things she said was, your ancestors want to go outside, right? Like your ancestors, like go outside. One of the things you have to understand, and I believe that our ancestors and generations, it lives within us, like in our DNA and everything, okay? And so when she was saying like go outside and stuff like that, I had it was a part of me that knew I needed to go outside, but then it was another part of me that was like, nah, I don't really, I don't want to go out there. I really don't feel like getting dressed. Okay, I feel I would prefer to be in the bed. Okay, okay, and so I got dressed because I took it like this is a sign. Okay, this is not a coincidence. Okay, this is a sign for me to get up and for me to go outside, and so I went outside. So source is always speaking to us, and I say that all the time, is all according to if you are listening. But source is always speaking to us. Source is always guiding us, okay? And you would know if something is off, right? Because that thing that we have, our intuition, okay, it'll tell us if things are off or not, okay? So with that being said, I was gonna do the 3 stages of creation. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this when I come back or a little later. Maybe I'll do it tonight. Okay. But with that being said, I love you guys. Keep rocking out. Keep believing in yourselves. Okay. Make sure you guys get this book. And I'm gonna just touch on it real quick. Okay. So the 3 stages of creation is fantasy, theory, and fact. Okay, fact, F-A-C-T. Okay. So fantasy, theory, and fact. Okay. And I was listening to Bob Proctor earlier today, and I was like, oh my goodness. And he was like, the 3 stages of creation. And I was like, oh my goodness. So it feels extremely good for me to do these videos and at the same time, like, do the work, like actually do the work, and then like write my goals and everything down. It just feels like everything's just coming together so smoothly, right? Like the book I'm doing with Brian Tracy, No Excuses. Okay. It just seems like everything like sources, it's so true about spirit. Source is going to conspire to work in your favor because everything is just coming together. It's just coming together. And I'm so focused and determined now. Okay. And let me tell you something. Sometimes in life, and I said this last night, but let me just say it again. Sometimes, hey, Kelly, peace to you, baby, peace to you. Sometimes in life, right, when you don't move, and I have said this, and I have heard Les Brown say this, and this is such a good analysis. When you don't move, life is really going to move on you. And so it was many times where as though I kept, staying with Uber. I kept staying with Uber, and, I would stop doing Uber, and then I would pick up doing Uber because I would be like, oh, well, I want to make more money and stuff like that. And imagine, and, I'm grateful for where I am in life, okay? I'm not saying that to say, but just imagine if I would have applied that energy into my videos or into my personal development, right? Just saying, okay, just saying. Can't cry over no damn spilled milk, okay? But I'm forever grateful because let me tell you something. It's a thing called divine timing, okay? And things happen the way they supposed to happen. Not when we say we want them to happen, but the way they supposed to happen. And the way I said everything is just coming together so smoothly. It just feels like, God damn. Reading psycho-cybernetics. Okay, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's the same thing, Bob Proctor was talking about, writing down this stuff. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, Brian Tracy. Is it Tracy Brian? Oh, Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy, okay, was talking about the same exact thing. Okay, or is it Tracy Brian? Well, you know who I'm talking about. All right, was talking about the same exact goddamn thing. And I'm like, all right, okay. All right. I see what you're doing, universe. Okay, I see what you're doing. You putting everything together. Okay, you making it sure easy for me. You making everything come together smoothly. Okay, because that's what it feels like. Okay, that is exactly what it feels like. And so I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And another thing, okay, because I gotta go. Listen, and I'm gonna come back on here. Probably like in an hour or two. I said probably later on tonight, but I'll come back on here and we'll talk about the 3 stages of creation, okay? Because one of the things that you have to understand and realize and get is the way that you may have been doing things, they don't work. Okay, we have to be honest with ourselves sometimes and say, you know what, the way I've been doing things, it's just not working. Okay. And that's what I needed to realize along my journey. Okay. There's some of the things that I do, Dina, it just don't work. Okay. I know, it may seem easier. Okay. It may seem better. Okay. But it don't work, and you can always see if what you're doing, if it's working or not. Some people say, well, I never knew. What you mean you never knew? You wasn't paying attention to your life. You wasn't being aware. Awareness is key. Let me tell you something about awareness. Okay, when you are aware, you can change your life at any given moment when you are aware. Okay. The book by Vernon Howard, The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power, honey, a little ashy. The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard is such a phenomenal read. Okay. And one of the things he talks about is, if you feel depressed or whatever it is, or experience depression, it is not for you to beat yourself up. It is for you to, if you aware of that, okay, kudos to you, because there's so many people that's walking around like the Walking Dead, like the zombies. Okay, you thought The Walking Dead was just a TV series. No, honey, it's true. Okay, The Walking Dead. Okay, like the zombies and stuff. Okay, and so when you start looking at your life and you start becoming aware, like I said earlier, right? One of the things I notice about myself, whenever I get, it feels like I'm getting frustrated, or it feels like I want to hurry up and do something. I want to hurry up and do this challenge to get it over with. I could be snappy at times. Okay. And that's something that I realized with myself. Okay. And so I have the choice, right? To either be snappy, or I have the choice to say, you know what? Let me take a moment, okay, or meditate. Or sometimes I just be like, you know what, I'm not even gonna say nothing. Like, I'm not, these kids taking forever, they taking long, and I, made this declaration to myself. I'm gonna walk them every morning. I made this promise to myself, okay, I'm gonna walk them every morning to school, but they taking long, okay, all right. And then I'm just like, all right, I have to, you know what? I just have to do it. I'm just going to do it. Okay. I'm just going to do it because you know why? Because I'm facing myself, and you know why? Because, and this is another thing. Okay. And then I got to go. I definitely got to go. This is another thing. This is one of the things that I realized with my life. Okay. That's why I say it could be something so minute. It could be something so small. Okay. Every step of the way, everything that I tend to have done, okay, the way you have to stop and think. Yeah, have to stop and think, Kelly. Okay, the way that you are able to do, because remember, it's about you doing things that are small, right? You don't want to. Listen, okay. One of the things I had heard from Dean Graziazo when I was taking his course is this. He says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, not you don't try to devour the whole entire elephant at one setting. Okay, it's one bite at a time. And everything that I have done in my life, I remember it was once upon a time I used to be a little afraid to run in the street. Okay, I used to be a little afraid to run in the street, thinking all types of shit. The cars coming and everything like that. Okay, and so what I started doing was I start working out. Okay, well first I was working out. Okay, working out, and I started going to the gym. Okay, and once I started going to the gym, at once upon a time, I was a little afraid to run on the treadmill, because then I'm like, damn, am I running quick enough? With all these ideas going on in my goddamn mind, am I running quick enough? The people staring, the people gonna be looking and stuff like that. And from me listening, so when I'm telling you, listening to the personal development and things like that, it's something goes off in your mind. And then I just start running. Okay, I ain't give a damn no more if they was staring or not. The idea popped up in my mind, but I did what I needed to do anyway. And that was to run on a goddamn treadmill. Okay. And so for me running on a treadmill, then what I started to do, I started to challenge myself even more. So if the gym is hosting one class, okay, one workout class, I'm gonna get uncomfortable and I'm gonna do I would do 3 classes on Thursday. I would get uncomfortable. Why? Because I want more from life. Okay, I deserve to have the things that I desire. I deserve that. And so I would get uncomfortable. I remember I met this guy, I was, doing Uber. I was dropping him off at the airport. He's an actor. It's a phenomenal guy, okay? And me and him was talking and stuff like that. And I was telling him, like, oh yeah, so I go to the gym, on Thursdays I do like 3 classes. And he was like, damn, 3 classes, like what you working out for? And it never was for fitness. That's really the honest truth. It never was for fitness. I would do the cycling, and shout out to May, okay, because she's a phenomenal instructor, okay. She's a cycling instructor, and I would go to her class, and I would just get in a mind in a zone. Okay, I would just think about my goals, thinking about the things that I'm manifesting and everything like that, thinking about my life changing, thinking about me and my children life changing and stuff like that. And I would just get in the zone. It never was about, oh, well, I want to work out. It was always about my mindset. It's always about training my mindset. That's what it's about. And so from me doing those things, it gave me the confidence to start running, because it's like this. Once you do one thing, it's like you have the psychic ability, so to speak, like, oh well, I did that and everything turned out right. I was a little afraid and everything turned out fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna see how this goes. Okay, and you keep on challenging yourself. That's the only way you're going to grow. You're not gonna, if you just like, well, I'm gonna stay content, good luck with that. Because let me tell you something, you deserve more, okay? You came here for more, all right? And you should be at least looking at your life and saying, I know I can have more. Don't know exactly how or what steps to take, but from this day on, I'm going to put it out that I want more from life. And you'll be surprised how things just start moving. If you seek it, you will find it. Okay, if you seek it, you will find it. Yeah, every day. Okay, every day. And that's really good, Kelly, because when you start challenging yourself, right, the person that you once was, that person is like, that person don't live there no more. In other words, Les Brown. That person done died and gone. Okay, it's like this new person comes about. And that was another thing. I gotta go, family, but that was another thing. And I catch you guys later on, and we'll talk about the 3 stages of creation. Make sure you're rocking out. Make sure you believe in yourself. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you feeling the vibe. Okay, only subscribe if you feeling the vibe. If you're not, that's okay. Okay, this not for you. Okay, but I catch you guys on the next one. And with that being said, peace.